Hey guys, it's Damien again. I've got another quick video tonight. I'm going to do super quick. This video is going to cover the concept of co-packing. If you are a food producer, if you produce small batch products, or if you're just getting into this type of business, whether you be making candies, spices, herbs, if you're doing some type of barbecue sauce, if you're doing anything that's a small niche edible product, co-packing might be something that you want to look into to offer. If you've got yourself online right now and you're looking to expand your business and you've never thought of co-packing or the idea, or if you don't know much about it, this video will explain a little bit more. A little bit about myself if you haven't seen any of my videos. I started a small candy company, my wife and I. We started it from our home. We've grown that business into a very successful online business where we sell to 15 countries utilizing the internet with Etsy, Amazon, eBay, and of course the brittlebox.com. Little plug in there for us. So we do sell online, and we have a very thriving, very successful candy business with about 500 products that we hand make. And we do a lot of events, from weddings, corporate events, small events, pretty much anything and everything in between. So what I wanted to cover on this video was co-packing. We got approached a few years ago. We got approached by a company that was interested in our brittle. We do make brittle. If you're not familiar with candy brittle, it's kind of a hard, crunchy candy brittle that's got nuts in it. Traditionally, it's got peanuts. But we produce and we have come up with and created close to 200 varieties. So a company approached us and said, look, we would like to see if you could produce a product for us and then put our name on it, basically kind of do all the work for the product, but have our name on it, and then we sell it through our venues. At that time, a few years ago, I was not personally familiar with co-packing. I've heard the term before, but I was not sure what it meant. It is a great way to get your business kind of a cash flow. It's good for cash flow because normally those orders are very large. It's going to be a few hundred pounds or even a few hundred cases, whatever the product is that you're making. But in essence, you create your product and you put a label with another company's name on it. And sometimes on the back of the label, you can put on there like exclusively made by your name of your company for the name of the company who's buying it. It's a great way to get a large dollar amount order coming through the front door, which is good for cash flow. If you're just starting out, and if you're a small business, of course, everybody knows cash flow is the lifeline of small businesses, and to get large orders are fantastic. So if you've not done that before, that's in essence what it is. You're basically going to produce that product and then have someone else's name on it. Now, with that being said, a lot of the in-house stuff that we do here, we do our own labeling, we do our own graphic design work. And I would recommend also, not to get too far off the subject, but if you are starting out, printing your own labels is the best way to go. It's the cheapest way. I did a video, I believe, specifically on labels, which a lot of people don't think too much about. They try to just contract out with like an online company to do their labels for them. But it can cost you between 20, 30, even 40 cents a label. I make my labels for anywhere from 3 cents to 5 cents. And when you're producing thousands a month, you're producing thousands of labels every month. 2 cents to 3 cents adds up. 20 cents to 40 cents is insane. When you're very small, every single dollar counts, of course, as you know. But when it comes to labels, if you're going to spend money on labels like 20 or 30 cents, you've got that extra cash flow, knock yourself out. But you're wasting your money, in my opinion. There are plenty of really easy, there's even Avery.com online. Avery, you can actually produce your own labels via Avery with some amazing, really good quality templates. Print them up and make them. And I've actually got a video that I put together that is a resource video that has a company. I'm looking down at my notes. There's a specific company that I actually buy from that the labels are compatible with Avery, and they are cheap. They are literally 2 to 3 cents a piece. The amount of ink that I use on it is trivial, but it's literally just a few cents to produce a label. And again, doing that and then co-packing, the great thing you can do is that when you do offer co-packing and you have a company who approaches you You say, look, I do in-house, I do all my label printing. You send me, from the company, you send me your graphic, you send me your text, whatever it may be. You slap it on the label, then you charge them for the label. So you can actually end up making money in addition to your product. You can actually make an extra 20 or 30 cents a label. And you're probably saying, well, 20 or 30 cents is extra, is not much. Yeah, it is when it comes to about 1,000 bags of your product, 10,000 bottles of your sauce, and you're putting someone's name on it, and you're charging 20 cents. You do the math, and I can tell you it's going to add up. So if you have an opportunity, look a little bit more into co-packing. Google the term, find out exactly how it works. I kind of gave you the very basic steps of how it works and how we've done it. But by adding a few labels on there that are custom with the company's name, you can end up charging a 20 or 30 cents. And normally, those companies, when they know that a custom label is going to cost a little extra per product, they're not going to hesitate to pay it. So, and normally what I do when I do co-pack is I charge a fee, a graphic design fee, to set them up. When you've got to do work on your computer and it takes up a couple of hours and you're setting up the fonts, the colors, the text, the graphic, if they've got a specific logo for their company, all that's going to take time. What I do is I charge them a flat fee, and it can vary from $69.99 to like $100 up front. And what that does is that gets the company in your system, and you let them know that that initial fee is just covering the graphic design work, the amount of time to set up the label. But once you're in our system, all we got to do is press a button and I can print your label. So it's only a one-time fee, but again, it's a fee, it's money in your pocket, and your time's being taken up creating that label. So think about that as well. Excuse me. So co-packing, great idea. Also, print your own labels. Guys, do that yourself. Don't pay someone else to do that until you're big. I've already looked into the pricing. When you go online and you get these companies that charge for like 1,000, a lot of them have very large minimums to do custom labels, like 5,000 labels, 10,000 labels, 20,000. That's insane, because what you're doing, and you may not know this, you may not think about this, but you're tying up cash, you're tying up money in labels that if you're not using them immediately, they're sitting there, and that's cash sitting on top of your desk or your shelf, and it's in a label, and you're hoping to sell your product, and you're tying up too much money. When you buy the labels yourself, you get them in a sheet. You get 12 on a sheet. That sheet is easily printed up for 12 labels. You use up a little bit of your ink. It costs you a few cents each, but you use those labels immediately. If you don't, you've got, what do you got, extra 4 or 5 labels on the sheet. You're not tying up money. Keep that in mind. Anything that you buy in advance and you're trying to keep your cash flow going, you buy anything in advance. Boxes, tape, razors for cutters for your shipping department, envelopes, bubble wrap. Buy what you need to keep you going for a couple of weeks, or maybe a month, maybe 2 months. Don't think that when you're small, don't think so big that, oh, you know what, I'm going to buy 50,000 boxes and I'm going to keep them in, so because I'm going to need boxes. Well, go ahead and do that. But you're selling about 100 boxes worth of product a month. What are you doing with 50,000 boxes sitting in the corner somewhere? That's cash sitting on the floor. Don't do that. Buy small, buy incrementally, buy as you need it. That's going to save you some money. If you guys got any questions, please do let me know. If you like our videos, give us a big thumbs up. If you don't, give me a thumbs down. Also, subscribe. I've got, excuse me, my throat's been dry tonight. I've got a new schedule of videos that I will start doing. Each day is going to have a specific topic about a video, and I'm going to cover that in detail. Again, if you are looking for consulting work, also, I've got 10 hours a week that I've set aside that I will work directly with people. I've actually started to do that and doing some consulting work. It is $35 an hour. But if you can get together a list of questions and you've got things that you want to discuss, we can fill that hour with a whole bunch of information that you may need. That'll be very useful. Again, I've been doing this for close to 10 years. I started from nothing, and I've built my business along with my wife and my family to what we do today. And I'll tell you that it's taken a lot of effort. It's not something that's happened overnight, and this is not a get-rich type of scheme. If you want to actually start a real business and grow it, and you need some help doing it, I could definitely help you doing that. Check out thebrittlebox.com. We've got the listing, the ad there for the consulting. Click on it. Once you get your a couple hours or 1 hour, whatever it may be, I'll contact you within 24 hours and we'll set up an appointment, and I can help you out one-on-one. Thanks, guys.